The Lord is my shepherd. He know what I wanted. Yes. Yes. Sean Desai out of Philly. Matt Patricia out of Philly.
I'm going for the goal. My heart is in control. My mind is on succeed, and I am in the lead. Don't buy in.
Man, music to my ears, to make it all better, the cream of the crop, the icing on the cake. Brian Johnson is reported to be out of Philly as well. Oh man. Oh, such a wonderful feeling. This feel like a victory Monday for me. Well, I know I was ecstatic when I read that damn news. Oh man, I was so goddamn happy. But what it is, Philly, what it do, baby? Your boy Mommy Duffy. I'm back up in this thing to come holler at y'all. Hey, you hear me or you heard me? Man, it's like that lady in the church. There's always that one lady in church, whether she in the congregation or she in the crowd. Come on, Pastor. Keep going, Pastor. That's how I feel with my boy Howie. Come on, Pastor Howie. Keep doing what you're doing, boy. You're looking out. You're doing your thing. I see you. Man. Oh man, it's a beautiful feeling. Out with the old, in with the new, man. Got rid of all that gunk and the bunk. Cause man, that was Eagle football. On the defensive side of the ball and all around the whole season. That was not Eagle football. That's not our brand of football. That's not how we get down. The way how we played throughout the entire season, man, you could tell them guys ain't want to play for them coaches, man. I've been around football all my life, and I can tell they didn't want to play. They did not want to play for him because they was putting them out of position. But man, not enough about that. Boy, I am so excited. Enough about that. But before I even continue this video, man, please hit that, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you guys get notified when I drop this Eagle content. Hey, man, it's a beautiful sight to see, man. It's a beautiful thing to hear and read up on all these different guys that we've been interviewing. We interviewed Ron Rivera, which is he has some cachet in this league. He definitely helped coach that 2015 Panthers team. They had a stellar defense. With Luke Kuechly, Thomas Davis, Josh Norman. If I'm not mistaken, Bradbury was on that team. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. But yeah, Cam. They was rocking that year. So they had a stellar team that year. So he definitely had some cash. He got some pull. So he probably know a thing or two when it comes to this linebacker thing. A lot of guys can be great coordinators, but not good head coaches. And sometimes that's just to bear the fruit. That's just the fruit that they got to bear. So it's understandable. And most part, we interviewed him. We interested in. It's been reported that we interested in Giants DC. Him and Giants DC and DeBow, they had they love lash out, they love fall out or whatever. So that followed up with Wink, uh, the DC from Giants to leaving them and not want to coach with DeBow. So Dable, excuse me, not want to coach with him. So he's a very heavy, aggressive guy when it comes to throwing blitzes out there because that's what he did with Hurts, motherfucking ass, throwing blitzes at his ass and from many different angles, sending the safety, the nickel, this, that, and the third. And possibly we need that because I did not see no nickel blitzes throughout the entire season. I ain't seen not one safety showing that he's about to blitz or whatever the case may be. So it can be a new blood running and roaming around in Philly. Also, we also interviewed one of our former players. He played linebacker for us for the late '90s, early 2000s. I forgot his name. Can't think of it off the top of my head, but I'll definitely drop it in the vid. So you guys can definitely see who I'm talking about. But he was under Doug Peterson crew, coaching with the Jags, but they fired him in the middle of the season, and that's already right then and there. That's a red flag. We don't want nobody like that. Because if you get fired in the middle of the season, that means you ain't doing your job, brother. He was middle of the pack and damn near the tail end of the league. So nah, we don't need that in Philly. We got to get back to our pure dominance. Because even though we had horrible coaching, we still was top 10 in rush defense. We still was top 10. So that's something that we can hang our hat on. But nah, we got to improve next season, excuse me. So, but I'm still gonna stick true to my guns. I'm still gonna stick true to who I said earlier. I'm just gonna also add on to who I think we should, give an interview to, and I'm still gonna stick with, interviewing Leslie Frazier because what the job that he did with Buffalo in the short stint that he had with them, helping Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer get to be an All Pro, if the best, if not the best, safety tandem, safety duo in the league, man. That's a beautiful thing to see. Allowing Tremaine Edwards to flourish into a good linebacker. What he did with Milano, helping turning him into an All Pro. If I'm not mistaken, he was under the staff when they drafted Greg Russo. The job that he did with Ed Oliver. It's so many things and so many factors that Leslie Frazier played in. He definitely helped coach that Bills defense to being a top tier defense in the league. So he's a guy I definitely will have on our radar that I think we should definitely put on our radar. But also at the same time, my boy Howie got the gift of gab. My boy got $1,000 rap game. He could definitely saw something up. So if he could find a way to make amends if they ended on bad terms or whatever the case may be. I don't know how it went down, but if it did end on bad terms, find a way to make amends with our former DB coach and Denard Wilson. Interviewing him for the DC job. Because I definitely feel, bringing somebody that the guys is familiar with, familiar with the organization, that definitely could play a part into allowing the guys to want to play for a coach like that. And also, they giving their best for a coach like that. So, because our DBs definitely responded well under his coaching last year, was number 2 in the league in passing defense. We did have help from the D line, with the 70 plus sacks or whatever. But our DB still held up their end of the bargain and locking it up. Got to give kudos to Denard Wilson. So he definitely should get some. He should definitely get some recognition. Definitely get an interview or two. And allow him to come into the building. So man, we have some things we got to shake some things around. Off. Also, oh man, let me not forget about the offensive side of the ball. Excuse me. I apologize. Oh, I got one more guy that I definitely feel that we should definitely go ahead and try to interview. Georgia defensive coordinator. I understand, you know, he's a college coach, this, that, and the third, but look at the rate of the NFL. It's getting younger by the coaches. So if you have somebody that, coached Jalen Carter, Kelly Ringo, Nolan Smith, N'Kobe Dean, all in one squad, bring in a DC that understands how to put these guys in the best position. Give him a fair chance of, interview. We definitely interviewed him last year for the DC position. Obviously, we didn't go ahead and select him, but definitely run it back. See if he will be open to for another interview with us. Hopefully we can probably put him into the mix and allow him to do what he gonna do on the offensive side of the ball. It wouldn't hurt to see if we can attract Rams offensive coordinator. He definitely learned some things from McVay. I definitely feel he can twist some things up. I would prefer us to go back and go get Frank Reich because I definitely feel he can turn Hurts into he'll put Hurts right back on the map once again, and he definitely help Hurts develop and turn things around, turn our offense around, run so many different route concepts and run so many goddamn different play calls. Oh man, Frank Reich could definitely be the guy. But I would not be opposed to the offensive coordinator of the Rams, even though Sean McVay is the play caller over there. But I know that his tree and those guys, they definitely learned some things from him, and also they definitely have their own mind and their own brain, what they can bring to the table. So couple of guys, on the defensive side of the ball, those are my two guys that I definitely feel from the offensive side of the ball that we should go ahead and interview.